Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2024, and this is John Finegold from Signiant. Hi, John.
Thanks, Randy, for having me. I love being back.
Yeah, well, this is, I think it's going to be a great show. There's a lot of buzz around. I think there's been a good amount of foot traffic in all the many different halls that NAB is in this year. Why don't you just tell everybody what's new for the show?
Yeah.
And then we can dig into maybe some trends.
Yeah, for sure. So the biggest thing that we're seeing across our customer base right now is a lot of cost pressures, right? There's a big focus on profitability. There's a big focus on trying to do more with less. And that's really what Signiant's all about. So we've been doing a lot of innovation on kind of trying to bring all of our platform services and products together into one unified platform. That's really been a big focus for us over the last year. So, our Media Shuttle product, as you know, it's been around for about 12 years. It's kind of the de facto standard in the industry for people sending and sharing large files. A few years ago, we added Jet to bring automation to the platform. And then last year, we introduced Media Engine, which brought a media management service as an overlay kind of on top of those file transfer products. And this year, what we're seeing is kind of by bringing those together into a really unified suite of products and services, we can make it very seamless to support some new workflows, drive efficiencies, and help our customers bring down costs. And so that's really good news for Signiant. I think it's good news for the industry is that SaaS platform just has so much more flexibility now with the introduction of those new capabilities. So.
Can users pick and choose what it is that they need, or do they have to get everything?
No, absolutely. So a lot of our customers, they start with Media Shuttle because they have a specific use case, or they start with Jet because they just need to, get some files, get files from a production site back to centralized storage or something like that. And then they can easily, once they're connected to the platform, then they can easily add those other things. And so, for example, we'll see a productions company, they're using Jet to get the content off-site. They've got their producer back home who's now using Media Engine to quickly, lightweight dailies workflow just to preview the assets. And they might have distributed edit teams that are using Media Shuttle to pull down the assets. So they might start with one, but then quickly we'll start to add some of the other capabilities. And again, it's super easy, super lightweight, and it scales with their business. They can get as much as they need, and that's really the beauty of software as a service. Yeah.
So they get a taste,
and
then they want more.
Exactly.
So just give an example of some of your users. Who's using and taking advantage of the platform the most? Yeah,
so it's been really interesting. So as you know, Signiant works all throughout the global media supply chain. So the biggest companies in the world, broadcasters, sports leagues, studios, all the way down to small post-production companies and everyone in between. And of course, last year was a tricky year with the writer's strikes, but what we saw, which is interesting, is even though content creation was down, content consumption was way up. And so we are seeing productions getting greenlit and content creation coming back, and that's starting to trend up, which is awesome. But for Signiant, what we saw was with consumption going up, we saw a lot of new use cases where just the massive expansion of globalization, localization of content. VFX actually had a pretty good year because when the actors go on strike, there was a lot more animation going on. So certain sectors of post, specifically localization and VFX, had really good years. And now, sort of more traditional post is starting to come back with these projects getting greenlit. One of the things we are seeing, though, is a lot of post is being done outside of LA. I don't know if that's related to just macroeconomic cost pressures. Of course, it's good news for Signiant because the content needs to flow to even more places. But I don't know if that's a trend or just a blip, but we're seeing a lot more posts kind of getting lit up in Atlanta and Vancouver and internationally. And we'll see how that all shakes out. But I do think cost is on everyone's mind, and of course those LA post houses can be more expensive. So we are seeing a little bit of a trend there, but we'll see how that all turns out.
Do you think that was a byproduct of COVID in terms of people working from home and figuring out different kind of workflows, and they can live wherever they want to live?
Yeah, I think, again, one of the sort of byproducts of COVID was we all figured out how to do that, and so now everyone's all set up for distributed workflows, and so it's much easier for a studio to say, hey, you know what, we can bring a colorist on who's in Atlanta or Vancouver or in Dubai because we have Signiant in place or we have the tools in place to do it, and so they've got a lot more agility now, and now they're taking advantage of it, to work with the cost pressures that they're seeing.
John, where can people go to find out more about Signiant and all your tools?
Well, we're over in West Hall. Would love to have you come by. And then, of course, www.signiant.com is the best place for information on our products and services.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Randy.